We are going to explore how to add animations to PowerPoint presentations. For this one, we're going to do a little bit of overkill. I do not recommend adding as many animations as we will here. Please do keep in mind that your audience, you don't want them to get dizzy or annoyed with the number of animations. Okay, for the first one, I've got a Halloween PowerPoint. So for the first slide, I'm just going to have it to be a whole slide animation when it comes in. If I click on Animations up in the tab, I can select from one of the predefined animations. I'm going to go with the Dissolve option. So if I click there, and you can see how it gives me a preview of what it will do. We'll be able to do this as when we review the PowerPoint as well. I can also select how fast it will be. So for this one, I'm actually going to go with slow. Next one. For this slide, I actually want to have animations based on the object on my screen. So I'm going to click on my text box here. I'm going to go to Animations and select Custom Animation. Add Effect on Entrance. I can have it fly in. Looks good. For the next one, I want not only the image to come in, but the text beneath it. And this will happen when I click with my mouse or use my arrow keys. So I'm going to click on the first one, press and hold my Shift key, and click on the second one. And for this, I'm going to use Entrance and Appear. If that is not present in my list box, I can click on More Effects and find many more options available. So I'll go with Appear there. I'm going to do the same thing for the witch, the fairy, and the whatever you desire. Okay, next slide. And I'm clicking on the slides over in the left-hand pane. I'm going to click on this image, and for this one, I want the image to be available when they enter the slide, but I want them to be able to click and have it do something. Now the option that I actually want is number 5, Spin, but I'll click on More Effects and show you some other options. I can click on each item and it'll show me a preview of it. I'm going to go with the spin though. Click OK, and that slide is done. Next one, for text. So I'm clicking on my text box again, and I want this to be like a typewriter, so it'll come in one word at a time. I'll click on it, and you'll see what can happen there. I also want the haunted house itself to appear. So on Entrance, I'm going to have that come in like a checkerboard. The problem that I just created for myself, though, is I want the haunted house image to come in before the text. What I can do is just left click over here on my custom animation side and drag so I can put my picture above the text box. So left click and drag, and I can move these items around based on which animation will show first. For the last slide, I want that one to dissolve in just like I did for the first one, but it's going to be a whole slide option. I'll run my presentation. You can see that preparing for Halloween, that pixelated in. Next slide is pick out a costume. So if I'm giving a presentation, I can use my arrow key or mouse key, and each item will appear as I had requested. All of the clip art here was used with Microsoft PowerPoint. The purchase some candy slide came up. If I click on my mouse or use my arrow key, it'll spin. Visit a haunted house. The haunted house came in as we moved it to the first position in the list. The text is coming in like a typewriter. And then my final page is pixelated. And that concludes how to add animations to PowerPoint.